Students, today we are going to discuss about the topic, the cell. Okay? Before you could understand cell, let's understand the house. Because here I have compared the cell with a brick. In order to make a wall, you need bricks. In order to make a room, you need a wall. In order to make a house, you need a room. Likewise, here the cell is compared with the bricks. So our body is made up of millions of cells. Now, group of cells will become our tissues. Group of tissues will make an organ, and group of organs will make an organ system, and there are many organ systems in our body. See, organ system you have studied in standard 5, like digestive system which you have studied in standard 5. Now in digestive system you have got many organs. It starts with mouth, then comes to stomach, then liver, then pancreas, small intestine, large intestine likewise. Okay? Now, what is cell? The cell is a functional and structural unit of all living things. See, I have written it. It is functional. These two terms are very important. It is a functional and structural unit of all living things. All living things are made up of cells. It can be unicellular or multicellular. What is unicellular? Uni means one. If a living organism is made up of only one cell, it is called unicellular. Okay? Like bacteria, amoeba. They are microscopic organisms. You can see bacteria or amoeba under a microscope only. Now, who discovered microscope? It was Antony van Leeuwenhoek, who was a Dutch scientist. He used single lens to observe a cell. He didn't give the term cell. What he observed blood cells of frog, and he observed single cell organism in pond water. Now, the cell, who discovered cell, which is very important. There was an English scientist, his name was Robert Hooke. He discovered, or he coined the term cell. Now, he called this cell cellula. What is cellula? Cellula is a Latin name given to a small room or a compartment. So, Robert Hooke observed cork cell under a double lenses microscope which he made, self-made microscope. And what is cork cell? It is a dead cell of plant. So, what he has seen this kind of structure, compartments. So, he coined the term cellula, means compartment. It resembles beehive. We'll see shape and size of a cell, which is very important. Now, there are different types of shapes and types of sizes. See, it shows great variation in shape. Depending upon the function, what they are performing, they have shapes. Like spherical, RBC is biconcave. Your nerve cell is long because nerve cell has to conduct the information from one part of the body to another part. So, it is long. Some cells are oval in shape, some are rectangular, some are cylindrical, like our muscle cells are cylindrical. Some cells are irregular, which is present in your blood, which is WBC, white blood corpuscles. It is actually amoeboid in shape. Some cells are rod shaped. Bacterial cells are rod shaped. See, I have drawn a structure of a cell. Okay? Now come to, we have discussed about the shapes of the cell. Now come to the size. Now, in order to measure we need a unit. In order to measure a cell, we need an unit, and that unit is called micron. Okay? So, let's start with the largest, longest and smallest cell. Let's begin with smallest cell. Which is the smallest cell? There is a bacteria called mycoplasma gallisectia. This is the smallest bacteria. Okay? And what is the structure of this bacteria? It is 0.1 micrometer. This bacteria is a pathogen. So which is the smallest cell? Mycoplasm is the smallest cell. It is a pathogen which infect human beings. Now another cell which is very small, it is granule cells. Where these granule cells are present? It is present in cerebellum. Cerebellum is a part of our brain. Now, up to 0.1 mm, we can see anything. Okay? Come to the longest cell. Which is the longest cell? It is the nerve cell. Where these nerve cells are present? It is present in the neck of giraffe. Now, what is the size? It's 3 meters. Pretty long. Now come to the largest cell. Longest and largest, two different terms. Largest means very big. Now the largest cell is ostrich egg. And in human being, the largest cell is ovum or egg in human being. What is the size of this? 100 micrometer. Longest cell, it has got 3 meters size. Smallest cell has got 0.1 micrometer or micron. Now in human beings, which is the biggest cell? It's egg cell or ovum, which is there in female. Which is the smallest cell? In human being, it is sperm cell, which is present in male. We have seen what is cell and who has coined the term cell, who has seen cell first time, and then we have discussed about the shapes and the different sizes of the cell. Now come to cell theory. What is cell theory and who proposed this cell theory? Let's focus on these two names. This is Theodor Schwann and this is Matthias Leiden. Matthias Leiden was a botanist. Botanist means who study about plants, and Theodor Schwann was a zoologist. Zoologist means who observe animals. Now Matthias Leiden said that all the plants are made up of cells. Now Theodor Schwann, who was a zoologist, he said all animal beings are made up of cells. Okay? So after discussing, they came to a point. What they said, that cell is a building block of all living organism. Building block means all organism is made up of cell. Second point what they have given, it's a basic structural and functional unit of life. Okay, now what is this structural and functional unit? Means all the metabolic reactions taking place inside the cell, like digestion, circulation, reproduction, excretion. So that's why cell is called structural and functional unit of life. Now there was another scientist, Rudolf Virchow. He was a German physician. Okay, he added one more point to this cell theory in 1885. What he said, let's see. He said cell arises from pre-existing cell by cell division, and every organism start life with single cell. Single cell is here, it will divide by cell division and it will become 2. Now these 2 cells will further divide into 4. So this is the cell theory which is given by 3 German scientists. Now come to the cell again. As you all know, cell is a structural and functional unit of all living things. Now cell has got 2 parts. Okay. first part, which is non-living part, is called cell inclusions. It is non-living. What it contains? It contains oil globules, it contains starch, gums, resin. What is this part called? This is called cell inclusion, which is non-living part. Come to the living part. Living part is called cell organelles. They have got definite shape, definite structure, and they perform specific function. Now, what is organelles? Organelles is small organ like structure, and it is present in the cell. Now, the cell is divided into two parts. Number one is protoplasm. Number two is nucleus. The plural of nucleus is nuclei. Now, protoplasm is a living part. Even the nucleus is a living part. Again, the protoplasm is divided into cell organelles, which is a living part, as I have discussed, and cell inclusion, which is a non-living part. Now, cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, vacuoles, there are many, which I am going to discuss part by part.